welcome back to News Geelong. We start off our sports segment this week in the world of racing with our very own John Dunn.
Brilliant autumn sunshine bathed the Geelong racecourse here last Thursday afternoon for the celebration of the 100th meeting on the Pro Ride synthetic racetrack. And there's no hotter trainer in the land at the moment than David Hayes, and his camp drew first blood when the debutant 2-year-old Move Away took out the opening event.
Now being hard ridden here by Newett, he had the whip in the right hand there as he took control of the race at the 250 and beat off Sid the Sloth, but here's Move Away getting balanced and getting stronger as the race goes on. It's Lazy Democracy in front, but Move Away's catching him quickly, and Move Away in the last 100 metres grabbed the front, drew clear.
Lloyd Williams-owned galloper Wimber was back like there was no tomorrow in the betting ring last Thursday afternoon, and he vindicated the punter's confidence in him when he strode away and cleared out to score a big win.
Next in the field there is down by the 300 Cuzzy Bro, but Wimber led at the 200. The way he was travelling in the run, I didn't think he'd have much left, but he sprinted away from them. He's 4 lengths in front. Topiary out of the pack, getting into second from No Imperfections, Portway. Wimber is getting tired over the final stages, but he's got enough to see it out.
Well, the big tip around the course here on Thursday was the Heath Connors mare Athenian Girl, had won a trial early in the week by 18 lengths. And certainly the punters came for her, and Tilly Neve, the little apprentice, she took Athenian Girl to the front and she ran away from her rivals, smashing the track record in the process.
Down by the 250, Athenian Girl led. Taylor Lee struggling to go with her. And then Guru Bain dazzling to the outside, starting to run on. Athenian Girl's got a good break though, 100 to go. Led 3 lengths, dazzling charging into second, but it'll be too late. Athenian Girl all the way.
Heath Connors trained galloper Jester Rosser attempted to run the rivals off their legs in the final of the afternoon, getting out to a big lead and saying, "Catch me if you can." But the effort took its toll, and it was left to the John Maloney trained gelding, the 4-year-old Poker Face, to reel him in and take out the last race.
Poker Face hit the front from a tiring Jester Ross at 300 to go. They're all spent behind him trying to catch up to Poker Face. Red Fella, Moxie Air gets out, then Epic Choice. Poker Face still a big leader, 100 to go. 4 in front of Moxie Air. Getting home is old Mr. Cool into a place, but Poker Face goes on to win it.
And that's the wrap-up of racing. 100th meeting on the Pro Rod synthetic racetrack here at Geelong. And next week we'll bring you all the details from the big 8-race meeting here today at Geelong. Back to you, Alex.
Thanks for that, JD. We continue our racing theme at Beckley Park, where greyhound Arizona Dozer broke the 400-metre track record.
Racing. Arizona Dozer out fast, winning at Miss True Star, but Arizona Dozer straight over to grab the lead. Over Miss True Star, Destiny Shaker, Alan Kero, followed by Super Payment, Carlingford Finn, and Corborn Clooney, the tail ender, but Arizona Dozer sped away, put 6 lengths on Miss True Star. Further back is Destiny Shaker, running on Super Payment, Alan Kero, but Arizona Dozer a mile too good. Favourite wins by 8 lengths.
A thrilling performance. Speaking of grand performances, Geelong's Chris Scott coached his 50th AFL game on the weekend, enjoying a come-from-behind win over twin brother Brad Scott's North Melbourne. We caught up with Chris during the week.
Slow starts, Chris. You had 2 again this year. Is there any similarities to last year, why it's happening again? Or
we're not sticking our head in the sand. We're aware that that cost us at times last year, and it could very easily have cost us again this year. I mean, we're as good a chance to be 0-2 as we were 2-0. So we're aware of it, and I mean there are some intangibles that we need to be across, but we're going to focus more on the tangible things. The difference between when we fought our way back into the game as opposed to when it got away from us early on. So we're aware of them. Unfortunately for you guys, we don't talk about those things publicly, but we're really confident that we'll be able to fix those for this week. We can talk about the devastation and the frustration, but I'm more inclined to talk about the excitement of getting such a valuable player, irrespective of his age, back into our VFL system first, and then give him a chance to fight his way into the AFL team. It's we can choose to focus on the fact that it's a sad story. He's been through a hell of a lot, but I think it's a testament to the work he's done that everyone's so excited about what he can bring to our team when he does eventually force his way back into the AFL system. I think it's easy to forget that final in 2011, he'd kicked 5 goals. I think he'd kicked 6 or 7 goals in 5 quarters of footy against 2 of the best teams in the competition. He's an outstanding prospect, and the information I get from the experts are that there's no reason he can't come back and be the player he was.
It's an incredible amount of determination.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, that's really why that's the main reason he's such a valuable part of our footy club, because of the attitude he brings to what he does. Well, everyone understands the talent he has, but talent's overrated. Like, he's where he is because of the work he's put in, not because of any God-given talent.
It's a bit of a mental hurdle for him to overcome that initially.
Oh, probably will be. Yeah, I can't really speak to it. He will certainly be feeling those things. That would only be natural. But I think he's had a long time to face his football mortality, and the time's come now that he's absolutely ready to play, and he can have faith that he's done everything he possibly can do. And if there's a bad outcome somewhere along the line, then I think he'll face that the same way he's faced this one. And I'm quite prepared to say this publicly. If at some point he hurts his knee again, we'll just go through the same process. And he'll be back, because the medical staff are telling us that there's no reason he can't be.
Looking forward to Carlton. Chris, do you draw any lessons out of the second half of the North Melbourne game? There are obviously a number of positional changes as well as changes of personnel introduced into the game. Does that give you some clues as to how you start the game against Carlton?
If we go in with similar plans this week to the way we're going to start the game this week, we'd expect the change to be that we implement them better. There are a number of plans we can implement, slight adjustments on the overall game plan. I don't think that's going to be, which one we choose is not going to be as big a factor as the way we implement it. We've been through, and we will continue to go through some specific parts of the game when we played poorly, and we expect to improve every single week we play, and I'm confident that'll happen this week.
So it's purely execution?
Oh no, it's a combination of a lot of things, but whichever way we collectively decide to play, we've got to make sure that we do that well. I don't think there are really huge fundamental flaws in what we're trying to implement.
Chris, Tom Lonergan's 100th game this week. How much does a milestone mean to a guy like him who's been through so much so early in his career?
I find it hard to speak on behalf of the players. We are really proud of what Tom's been through, and I've only seen the tail end of that. The players that know Tom really well marvel at the way he's come back so courageously from a horrific injury, and the way he plays so fearlessly. So I think it probably galvanises the group a little bit more when Tom ticks off a little milestone like this, but I would regard it as a small milestone for Tom. He's got bigger fish to fry.
Jumping back to milestones, you just celebrated your 50th game. Would you be able to
No, I didn't celebrate.
Would you be able to sum up the journey so far in one word?
Fun. Did you just want one word? Yeah, no, it's been great fun. I love my job. If Tom Lonergan's 100th game is a very small milestone, then mine's minuscule.
Thanks for that, Chris. Before we go to a break, remember you can watch the whole interview on YouTube.